Praise the Lord. Just wanted to share a quick devotion and a word of encouragement. So, this week God has been speaking to me about jealousy and worry. Many times we tend to get jealous of our friends, maybe because they're socially out there more than us, or maybe they have a better education than us, or maybe they have a better job than us, or maybe they drive a better car than us. But what we should understand is that's the wrong way of thinking. And a Bible verse I found and Achu also shared with me um, regarding this was in Matthew chapter 6 verse 25, and it says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes?" So what we have to understand is all the things we see around us are material things, and it's things that are not going to last. So instead of depending on those things, we should instead focus on God and our walk with God. And another thing God was also speaking to me this week was about worry. And me and Achu also talked about this as well. And many times we tend to worry, and especially in a time like this where the coronavirus is going on, some questions we may ask ourselves is, is it safe to go out of my house? And even if I do go to my house, will I catch the virus? And when is the virus gonna be over? So these are questions that we may have. But what we should understand is that we shouldn't worry, and instead, put all our worries to God. And a Bible verse that I found regarding this is in Philippians 4, verse 6 to 7, and it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." So, we should, as so instead of being depressed, many times we can end up being depressed about many things too, and many times, including myself, I tend to ask, and wonder how my life is going to be. Will everything work out? But in those times, we should, pray to God about those things. And just a quick testimony I like to share, and and that is, I know the whole Overflow team has been keeping me in prayer, regarding my job, and by God's grace, I was able to get a online job as an instructor. And I didn't expect to get the job, but by God's grace and because of all your prayers, I was able to get this job, and especially in a time like this, you know, um, as we know, especially in a time where I can't go outside, or none of us can go outside, and have to stay at home, God really, you know, um, gave me the privilege of getting um, this job, and my advice to all of you would be, whatever needs you may have, put it before God. Pray to God about it, and He will answer your prayer in the right time. Maybe not right away. Sometimes we may think, um, like, why isn't God answering our prayers right away? But what we should understand is God will answer our prayers at the right time, and if it's His will, then He will make it happen. I hope this was encouragement for you all, and to the whole Overflow team, God bless.